The 7 Wonders of the Ancient World. Number 1. The Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and is the only one that remains largely intact today. It was constructed with remarkable precision, and the original casing stones, made of highly polished Tura limestone, reflected the sun's light and made the pyramid shine like a gem or jewel, an effect that earned it the ancient nickname, Glorious Light. The smooth, reflective surface of the casing stones has weathered or been removed over the centuries, but remnants of these stones can still be seen at the base of the pyramid. Number 2. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon are famous for their lush greenery and intricate terraced construction. Despite their historical significance, there is some debate among historians about whether the gardens actually existed in Babylon. While classical accounts describe the gardens as a marvel built by King Nebuchadnezzar II for his wife, recent archaeological findings have not uncovered definitive evidence of their existence in Babylon. Some theories suggest that if the gardens did exist, they might have been located in Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire. The mystery surrounding the Hanging Gardens adds an extra layer of intrigue to this ancient wonder. Number 3. The Statue of Zeus at Olympia. The statue of Zeus at Olympia was a masterpiece created by the ancient Greek sculptor Phidias. It depicted the god Zeus seated on a magnificent throne. What makes it particularly interesting is the use of materials in its construction. The statue was made primarily of ivory and gold, with the ivory forming the god's flesh and the gold used for his drapery and other details. This combination of precious materials not only added to the statue's grandeur, but also showcased the advanced artistic skills of ancient Greek sculptors. Unfortunately, the statue was lost to history, likely destroyed in a fire in the 5th century AD. Number 4. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. This temple was dedicated to the goddess Artemis, the Greek goddess of hunting, wilderness, and wild animals. What makes this temple fascinating is its sheer size and the extravagant decorations. The temple was one of the largest in the ancient world, with 127 columns, each standing about 60 feet or 18 meters high. What's intriguing is that the temple was destroyed and rebuilt several times throughout its history. The final version, completed around 550 BC, was more ornate than ever, adorned with sculptures and artworks, including statues crafted by renowned sculptors such as Phidias. Unfortunately, like many ancient wonders, the Temple of Artemis was eventually destroyed by arson in 356 BC. Number 5. The Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. The Mausoleum at Halicarnassus was a monumental tomb built for Mausolus, a Persian satrap in the 4th century BC, and his wife, Artemisia. After Mausolus' death, Artemisia commissioned the construction of a grand tomb in his honor. The mausoleum was an impressive blend of architectural styles, adorned with intricate sculptures and reliefs. The word mausoleum eventually became a generic term for any grand tomb, owing to the fame and splendor of this particular structure. The mausoleum at Halicarnassus stood for centuries until it was destroyed by a series of earthquakes in the Middle Ages. Number 6. The Colossus of Rhodes. The Colossus of Rhodes was a massive bronze statue of the sun god Helios, erected on the island of Rhodes in the 3rd century BC. The Colossus was said to be over 100 feet tall, and was built using a framework of iron and bronze plates. According to ancient accounts, it stood at the entrance of the harbor, and ships would pass between its legs. Despite its fame, the Colossus stood for only a relatively brief period. It was toppled by an earthquake in 226 BC, just 56 years after its completion. Legend has it that it lay in ruins for nearly 900 years before it was eventually sold as scrap metal. Number 7. The Lighthouse of Alexandria. The Lighthouse of Alexandria was a marvel of ancient engineering. Constructed on the small island of Pharos in the 3rd century BC, the lighthouse served as a guiding beacon for sailors entering the busy harbor of Alexandria, standing at an estimated height of around 100 to 130 meters, or 330 to 430 feet. It was one of the tallest structures of the ancient world. What's interesting is that the lighthouse was designed with a large open flame at its pinnacle, making it not only a navigational aid, but also a symbolic representation of the eternal flame of knowledge. Unfortunately, like many ancient wonders, the Lighthouse of Alexandria was eventually destroyed by a series of earthquakes in the medieval period.